Assalamualaikum and a very good day, especially to the community of NALI 2020. My name is Nurina Rahman, a PhD student of Education and Development from the School of Education. For this symposium, I would like to share on the challenges of using technology for self-initiated social development in the era of COVID-19 pandemic. Before we begin, these are the outlines of my presentation today. I will start with the COVID-19 pandemic, the brief explanation of the self-initiated professional development, the technology, how it been used in the self-initiated professional development, the challenges that teachers are facing, discussion, suggestion, and conclusion. So, since the mid of March, the government of Malaysia has announced the Movement Control Order or MCO as the physical distancing, lockdown, and travel restrictions has been a vital approach to control from the coronavirus COVID-19 from spreading, and this undoubtedly has give impact to the teachers' professional development. Should not be stand still. Besides that, they still need to maintain their business, even though the education institution were closed, and UNESCO has rapidly developing quality digital content for the in order for the student to receive the best possible learning experience. However, this has left teachers with challenges also. As we think of on the student, let's not forget on the teachers too. So there were reported that teachers are experiencing stress, anxiety due to the uncertainties, school closures, and online learning. They cannot be expected to squeeze all of their professional learning alongside with their daily home routines. So, and for the currently the self-initiated professional development is the go-to option for the teachers to be more independent in their professional learning. But most of the teachers has not yet made the leap to go for this approach of professional development, and this might be the ideal time, the perfect opportunity for the teachers to take control of their professional development. As in 2012, actually, Ministry of Education has introduced the Pelan Pembangunan Profesionalisme Berterusan, or best known as CPD Master Plan, where emphasizes on the self-initiated professional development. They hope that the teachers can pursue this kind of professional development from 16% to 60% by the year of 2025. We are moving forward. Teachers can no longer using last century approach of professional development. Here are some of the advantages of self-initiated professional development. First of all, it can reduce ineffective and costly professional development. Second, it can encourage active learning experience. And lastly, it can fulfill individual needs. As with the aid of technology, transmitting information and sharing information just one click away, especially through most blogs, Twitter, Facebook, and websites, despite of all the barriers where they can access at any time and anywhere. And they also can interact with one another across the country, work collaboratively, share their problems and thoughts, debate current issues, provide solutions, and even update their pedagogy. And they also have the opportunity to access the millions of ebooks, magazine, articles, and other digital contents. Besides that, the online learning, there would be multiple communication channels, so such as instant messaging, video conferencing, chat. So these will keep teachers engaged with one another without feeling alone or isolated. So, despite of all of the benefits that teachers can gather from online learning, they also are facing some issues and challenges to use technology in their self-initiated professional development. The first issue is the accessibility. Here includes the internet connectivity, where some of the states are still experiencing poor connectivity due to geographical factors, such as like in Kelantan, in Pahang, Sabah, and Sarawak. Number two, the affordability issues. The cost of internet bundles itself is very high and not teachers can afford. Not to forget that some of the smartphones or laptops are not compatible. There are some of teachers also where their children also use the same device to participate in online learning. Not all teachers can afford to buy extra gadget or device for their professional development. And next one is the lack of motivation. Some teachers lack of motivation and reluctant, unwilling to carry out online learning because they still attach to the last century approach of professional development. And lastly, their technology readiness, where not all teachers can speed up with the technologies because their technology readiness are vary. So teachers with low technology readiness may felt overwhelmed with the amount of data that they dealing with. So it is hard for them out of nowhere to deal with it without any additional training. So the vital for the self-initiated for development to work, especially during this COVID pandemic, is the individuals, the teachers itself, have to accept to engage in technology. If the teachers are unwilling to adopt this new way, this can result the failure to implement the whole process. And self-initiated professional development offers a more convenient learning because the teachers can done it at anywhere at any time. And also there are some basic tools that teachers need to familiar right now, like Telegram, Kahoot, Mentimeter, Padlet, Zoom, and Skype. However, teachers still looking for silver linings to strike balance between the responsibilities that they did into this new normal, like working, parenting, and teaching at home. And for overcome the challenges, I would like to suggest that the internet providers company should ensure that internet connectivity is strong and reduce the cost of internet bundles. And for the Ministry of Education, they need to encourage teachers to pursue more on online learning by invest in ICT infrastructure. Also provide support, career guidance, and digital skills development for the teachers. The teachers need to be trained to ensure that their readiness to engage in online learning. So they have to change their mindset by valuing their initiative with no imposed goals or direction from the Ministry of Education. They also have to need to have excellent time management to seek balance between the responsibilities, working, parenting, and teaching at home at the same time. So, as conclusion, to avoid the educational loss by the COVID-19 pandemic, technology platform is the best solution. So, Ministry of Education need to recognize this pandemic situation is the perfect opportunity to encourage more engagement for teachers for self-initiated professional development as the alternative way to redefine their professionalism. However, some issues like poor accessibility, affordability, lack of motivation, and technology readiness may some teachers struggle to use technology for their professional development. So, in this concept paper, I have suggested to overcome these challenges. So, I think that's all. Thank you for listening. Assalamualaikum.